Hi everybody, I'm Dave.
And I'm Brenda.
First of all, I want to start this video off by saying I was wrong. I know it's hard to believe, but I actually did make a mistake in my predictions. If you didn't watch our Villages 101 video a week or two ago,
You need to watch it.
definitely need to go check it out. I made some predictions on areas I thought that new homes or foundations would start in a time frame. Again, it's total speculation on what those are going to be, and I missed Hammock at Fenney. When I was discussing Hammock at Fenney, I really thought that would be towards the end of the summer. I thought the next places to build would be Citrus Grove and the second area of Hawkins. Well, Hammock at Fenney, I found out right after that video went up, one of our viewers let me know that the speculation was over and there were foundations in Hammock at Fenney. Again, I thought it would be 2 months from now. So I went to check it out. There are a lot of foundations out there. I'm guessing it was, it's at least 150 that are on the ground or have started. And that's just in a few weeks. So we're going to go down there, check it out. We're going to take the drone up, do some flyovers. I got a couple other little tricks up my sleeve to show you some historical views with some virtual flyovers to kind of match the flyover that we're doing today. All right, let's go check it out.
Let's go.
Welcome back. All right, let's get you reoriented. Most of you are aware, Central Florida, that's where the Villages is at. We're right down here, a little north of Orlando. And we'll kind of do this. Red is outlining the current property owned, or is it already developed or future development of the Villages, property that's already owned by the Villages. We're going to be looking down in the area of Hammock at Fenney. That's right in this area right here. And I'll highlight Hammock at Fenney. Give me a second. There it is, that area highlighted in yellow. That's Hammock at Fenney. This area to the right, we have the village of Fenney. Then we have DeSoto and McClure. So these are the areas that were built up, the first villages that were made south of Route 44 several years ago. I wanted to show you how fast things have developed with a little Google Earth trick. Let's look. I'm going to take this image back a few years. This is the image date that Google Earth shows January 24th of 2016. So that's just over 5 years ago. Yeah. Not long ago. And this is everything south of the Turnpike. There's no Fenney, there's no DeSoto, there's no McClure, several other villages, Linden, Monarch Grove, Marsh Bend, none of that exists. You can see right there, there's some test holes where they were looking at some areas to build. But I thought that was pretty interesting. Let's take it forward. This image date, Google Earth did, this is March 17th of 2017. So 26 months later, went from there to there. Again, cool. You can see all the test holes in these areas. Yeah. It's more impressive when we go to the next one. So remember, there's a few homes right here at the beginning of Fenney. This was March 17th, 2017 is the image date that Google shows. Let's take it up to their last image date, which was November 25th of 2019. Look how fast they build things. That's impressive.
That is.
And I think they're going faster today than we did. So that's back March 17th. So that is, how many months? Like 28 months, 29 months, something like that to go to there. So it's
amazing.
It's pretty fast how things are being built. Again, we're looking at Hammock at Fenney. And we'll go ahead and switch over to our aerial view. And I'll also have some simulated aerials coming off of Google Earth to compare today's view with the way it was back many years ago. All right, let's go check that part out. Be right back with you with the aerial view. Welcome to the Village of Hammock at Fenney. This is drone footage that I took on July 4th of 2021. And this is the same footage with the date of January 24th of 2016. No, I didn't have a drone back then. This is actually simulated footage of the exact same flight path using a neat little trick that Google Earth provides. Here at the entrance into Hammock at Fenney, you'll see a lot of that area. It has walls up. Those walls typically indicate areas that are going to have villas or verandas. Remember, villas are the small lot size with usually a little bit smaller homes, but not always, that are very easy to maintain. A lot of people put rock in their yard and have no grass. And then verandas are designer homes with the backyard fenced in. Notice in the upper left corner, that's the Red Fox and Gray Fox executive golf courses. March of 2017, they didn't exist. This really is still a new area, even though Fenney is the oldest section of the area that's built south of 44. And the golf courses were there in November of 2019. But a lot more is going to be built now. You can see here the roadways that have been added since that date. And even though that was a couple years ago, you notice that the dirt had already kind of been worked in this area, and then they kind of just, I'll say, piddled with it for a little bit. But they didn't move really quickly on this area as they were working on other sections. But that appears to have changed. They are working feverishly in this area now. As you may be aware, the current hot area, I guess, of construction has been Citrus Grove. St. Catherine still has construction going on. Citrus Grove is really the hot spot, but I think this is the next hot spot for a while. There'll probably be some other areas that will be building at the same time as this before it's done. If you look straight down below there, those are footings that are formed up. They'll probably have concrete on that in the next few days. And then you'll see lots of footings that are already, when I say footings, I mean foundations. Slabs are typically for down here. You'll see a lot of those in this area we're getting ready to fly over. It's kind of typical for the villages to build in the back of the village first and work their way out. So this is way back in the back. That's how I missed it when I was riding by on the main road. Couldn't even see this construction. And right there coming up towards the center, that's going to be the postal and recreation station for Hammock at Fenney. Very similar to the most recent neighborhood pools. This one is a kidney-shaped pool. You can see there. It's already dug out, ready to be concreted in. And that will be overlooking a pond. That's very typical of the ones they've done recently. And you can see bocce ball and shuffleboard courts there. And I'm sure one of those buildings is going to be the postal station where you will pick up your mail. And here's another quick look back at January of 2016, that exact same area where all those houses are at now. Looks a lot different than it did back then. I mentioned at the beginning of this video over 150 foundations. It actually is. I actually counted these as we went. If you count the ones that are formed up, along with those that are already in place, it's over 150 foundations that are already there. And I don't know when it started, but I don't think it was more than a couple of weeks ago on the homes. The postal station and pool may have started a little bit before that. And you'll notice there's a few of these homes that already have roofs on them. It's going to be interesting to see what this looks like in a few weeks. Notice that little area of fencing at the end of the roadway in the center of the screen. I think that's just reserving a spot. They're not going to build a home there, so that road can continue forward into this grass area. And over to the right, where you'll see that dirt path going, The developer owns all of that land. I'm sure there'll be homes back there in future phases. And now if you'll notice in the grass there, the striations in there, that's similar to what we found over at the Continuing the Dream section where I did a video on. That's likely where they have been using this area to harvest sod that they've been using around ponds and areas that they use large rolls of sod. They just take it and roll it up and put it on a tractor trailer and take it to another area. So they do that very, very often. They'll grow their own grass rather than have to go out and purchase it, or grow their own sod. The sod that you have at your home, that's a little bit different than what you have in those big common areas. The sod at your home is usually done in squares, probably a little bit, I won't say higher quality. I guess it is a higher quality sod that's put down. That's not what they're growing here. This is for the more common areas that they pull up in rolls. And again, if you look straight ahead there where that dirt path is going, that's heading over towards Route 301. They own land over that direction almost to 301. And then there's a small piece, if you look on the Village's app, that is between 301 and I-75, which is way off there at the horizon, that the Villages does own, a small section there. I don't see how it connects to this section to get to I-75, so it'll be interesting to see down the road what that's used for. Whether it's actually housing or maybe it'll be used for some of their offices or something. Now keep in mind, all this land we're showing here for future development is separate from the areas we've looked at before in our videos. This is not anywhere near where Citrus Grove and St. Catherine and all of those areas were being built. And this is not part of the Continuing the Dream section that we've done videos on. That'll have Central Lake and another family section and multiple golf courses and a hospital. That also is not in this area. The Village is working on multiple areas at the same time. I think we're going to see more of that increase as they're finishing the land preparations to start building homes like this. I think you're going to see homes going up in multiple areas at once. And if you look there in the center of the screen, that's an area that's going to be a little bit secluded. You can have a home that kind of tucks into the little wooded area, but yet it is still right there on the golf course. So I bet you those lots, if I've learned a little of the Villages, how they price things, I bet you those are going to be some pretty expensive lots there. And then you'll notice there are going to be a lot of opportunities to live on the golf course here. All the way along. I don't know if that's red fox or gray fox right there. Again, I'm not a golfer, so I'm not sure which that is, but both of them are in this area. But you're going to have homes that back up to the golf course if you're looking for a golf course view on an executive lot. And there's how it was January 24th, 2016. It's still a whole lot different than what it is today. The golf course is now open. You'll notice how full some of these ponds are. We've had quite a bit of rain. We're in the rainy season, and this is actually a few days before the remnants of Elsa may be passing, so that may be much fuller by the time this video actually gets edited and posted. But we've had quite a bit of rain in the area. It looks a little muddy out there, and that's because we actually filmed this about an hour after a thunderstorm had passed. Hopefully we'll have a clear rest of the day so we can go and do some other flying besides this area. I got a few places we want to take the drone up today. As we continue flying along the length of Hammock at Fenney, we'll do three historical views of what this looked like over the years, starting in January of 2016. Now we're back to today's view of July 4th of 2021. Down below there, that is the starter shack for the Red Fox and Gray Fox executive golf courses. If you look at the top center part of the screen, right there at the intersection there of Warm Springs and Route 301, that's where we're supposed to be getting another gas station. The developer owns that land, and we don't know what brand will go there yet, but we're excited to get another gas station because we're kind of lacking that here in the southern section of the villages. What I don't see is how a golf cart could get there. It's kind of unusual for the developer to build something that does not have golf cart access, or at least a plan for future access. It's possible that we just won't be able to take golf carts there. But it's interesting to see, do they own some land that we don't know of that could give access there? I can't imagine they would put in a tunnel to go to one business. And similarly, at the corner of Route 44 and Morse Boulevard, where the Village has grown is located, the developer has a sign up there offering to develop commercial property on that corner, and it states there, golf cart accessible. I don't know how a golf cart's going to get there. But those types of questions are exciting to think about and see how it's going to come together in the future. Will we be able to take golf carts to those areas? The future will tell. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed your first look at the Village of Hammock at Fenney. Once they get the roadways open, right now they're only open to construction vehicles. There's do not cross signs up, so we can't get in there with the golf cart yet. But once they have that open, we're going to go in and do the typical tour like we've done on some of the other villages that have a lot of new homes going up. So we'll do that in the future. Also, we're going to do some videos taking the same path in a couple of weeks, so we can do some side-by-side, and you can see how fast, what it looks like today and what it looks like a few weeks from now, how fast they actually can put a village up.
I love comparing. Totally.
Yeah.
I love that.
This will be a great village to do it in. It's all in one little spot, well, one large spot. But I think this will be a good one to do that and do some side-by-side video. So do us a favor, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Then if you would, press that little button right down there in that corner, and that'll bring up a place where you can subscribe to our channel. In order to subscribe, you do have to have a YouTube account, but that's free. Just sign up for YouTube, hit the button and subscribe. And then if you ring the bell that's on the page, that will notify you the next time we explore the villages.